Actually, Jacob, what's the theory behind the colour, the uniforms?
They're our team colours, and we didn't like all of the black polo shirts, the sea of black polo shirts that dominates the competition. We said we're going to set a new precedent this year. And I think we've achieved that, would you say?
I definitely would say you've achieved that. There's kind of like reminiscent of the sort of cartoon character Dennis the Menace. It's got that theme on it. Who chose the colours then? Well, you wanted black, so you kept that. Who went for red to add into it?
I suppose it's always been our team colour. The Dennis the Menace comment has been made before to get a new joke.
I like that. I'll take that on board. Jacob. It wasn't a joke. It was more kind of like that's what it reminded me of, reminiscent of that. Or there's AC Milan. There's these kind of colours, team colours, are iconic in a way. Where's Wally? It's another one, but that was red and white, unfortunately. So Gary's back down there on that joke. School colours as well. So, okay, I just wanted to understand that on the theme. So now stepping into section 1 for day 2, what have you taken on board from day 1?
We at the hotel last night, we were watching our performance on the track, and we've made revision cards for each section.
That's brilliant. Look, there you go. Barney's got those. He's got the revision notes. Doesn't need them. So there you go. So that's basically seeing about like how much power you're putting in, 50% throttle. It's almost like you okay, you don't want to give too much. Closely guarded, says Barney. But which obstacle will you be taking on, Barney?
I'll be doing the tunnel. I did it yesterday. I think I did it all right, but, have a second shot, so hopefully let's do it better.
Second shot and at 50% throttle. Okay, good. Look forward to that. Not too much info given out there. Going to go on to the seesaw now, section or obstacle. And just being able to... Such a cool feature there, being able to tilt and move everything. And did you get good feedback from the judges?
Yeah, well, I think the engineering presentation was one of our strong points. And we're making use of it now because you see it's trying to fit through the gap, and we've got it tipped over to try and squeeze through. That was a point that we struggled on yesterday. We've made that. But I think it was clear yesterday that we weren't using it to its full extent. So now all the team are aware how to use all the controls.
Perfect. So everyone is on the same equal footing heading around section 1. As I mentioned, the Panthers stepping up now. And just looking at some of those notes, 3D print you went for.
Yeah, we've got some parts 3D printed. Yeah. I think our most unique manufacturing technique is our shell is paper mache'd by Jeff, the man driving, or just taking it over the bridge now.
Jeff, take it over the bridge. I love that. Was there any particular newspaper that you found just suited you better?
It's recycled paper that we found around the school, and that was our sustainable element of the car.
Oh, perfect. Oh, okay, I see. I like that as an element for you guys. And then were you impressed with the pit? Did the judges like your pit display?
Yeah, it certainly stood out amongst the crowd, so that's what we were expecting, and that's what we wanted. So, yeah, definitely.
I think you've done a fantastic job. And there's Barney. He's made his notes, and on his almost like little crib sheets, little pointers. And there you go. And now onto the articulation. So what you can tell from the Panthers, they went away from day 1 and went, right, how can we improve for day 2? So really pushing themselves and taking and making the best use of the opportunities they've been given by making it through the regionals to be here today. Leave nothing at the door as they've come on through today. Joel handling the car very well there to get over the articulation. Now lining it up. Here comes Jacob. Plenty of time here in section 1. Jacob dialing in. Some settings. Great tactic shown there for the Panthers. You don't like that, Rock? Move it away. Move it away. Move it out. Bosh. Simply done. Is that a tactic? Wow, great catch there from Jacob. Obviously not changing the settings once you've done up the rock crawl. I think that's what it was there. Just didn't realise how much was in the throttle.
Yeah, we wanted to put the throttle up quite high so we could get over the rocks, because Jacob, we didn't change it yesterday, and we just about managed to get up there after the second or third time of asking, so we changed it. However, I think we just went for a bit too much, and yeah.
But a stunning catch, though. Is he a slip catcher, maybe for cricket?
Oh, yeah, we used to play cricket together, me and Jacob, so I seem to remember, I think.
Well, there you go. Good catch there at slip. Otherwise, you'd have a bit of a problem for section 2. But well done to the Panthers. Going through to section 2. Joel, you seemed very astute with the articulation. So now, going into section 2, will you have a little debrief with the guys, or have you already got the crib sheets all done?
I mean, yeah, we sorted it all out in the hotel last night. So, I mean, yeah, we got the strap. I think we're ready.
Perfect. Well, listen, Joel and the team, Barney, you can head on over. Great catch, Jacob. We were talking about whether you would be a slip catcher if you were to go back in and play cricket.
I'll have to give that a try when I get home.
Perfect. Lovely stuff there, and a great use of getting up the rock crawl. We'll let you head over to the judges. I think they're just finishing up now with this team. Hurricane is still on section 2. And here we are. There's going to be a bit of a hold-up, isn't there? So here we go then. The Land Rover learners stepping up. Terry's told them to wait, the judge, as if their nerves weren't already. I've been wondering this. You've got a photographer that's been following you around. Where are these photographs going to end up? Because, you know, he hasn't got permission, technically.
No idea. You'll have to ask him. Probably on our school website, and I don't know. Maybe he'll keep some for himself. But every photographer should. They should keep them. Please name this man. George Farthing from Camford School.
Oh, perfect. There is George. So he's been wandering around taking lots of pictures, which is great. What have you mainly taken away from day 1 coming into day 2, Michael?
We're not actually that bad. We're quite good. We've actually done a lot better than we thought. Like the sort of in-regional driving was a disaster. Didn't go perfectly yesterday, but it was still pretty good. So yeah, really excited to see what we can do now. Yeah,
very excited to. You just saying now. I've moved the mic away from you. Excited to see what you can do now. But as the cameraman is going to have to move in a little bit because that car, you hate to get down right in the back of the shoulders. So stepping into this, Josh has done that.
Yeah, I think Josh has mastered that one yesterday as well.
Josh has been mastering that, he says. And there was a bit of a tricky situation this morning sorting out the battery, because that was a problem. You were trailering it yesterday.
It kind of fell out yesterday because we didn't stick it on very well, and then I think one of the connections came loose, and they said it might be a fire risk if it short circuits and it could explode. So we had to sort that out this morning while they were doing the presentation. So that wasn't our finest moment, but we got it fixed and it's all working now. So we're happy about that and carry on.
Perfect. It would be like if a learning driver is a minor and a major. That would have been a major fault, wouldn't it? If it is set on fire.
Instant disqualification in a driving test, but that's fine. It's all about the learning, so that's what we're about.
Oh, beautiful stuff. And as Michael said, you've realised you're a lot better than you gave yourself credit for. So I think moving forward, you learn that actually, I believe that a bit better. Joel's Panthers just leaning in on me there, trying to get a bit more information, which is absolutely fine. They've got their crib cards. They know what's going on. I think they were maybe a desperate desire to get back onto Section 1 and race it again. Matt's passing on duties. So just watching car manoeuvre around, heading towards the tunnel. Then I have the articulation, then the rock crawl. My main man, Tom, another fellow Tom. What obstacle are you tackling?
I'm doing the articulation.
Okay, so what did you learn from yesterday that you can sort of add to it this year? I mean, this year. This year is all about this year, but for day 2.
Today, not much. We did it pretty easily last time. Yeah, it's quite smooth.
I don't want to, well, touch wood. Don't want to jinx it. No pressure on you. What have you mostly enjoyed about the last 24 hours?
Driving, probably. Or Pete's Hut stop last night.
It's a great song, that. Ends the song. What did you... was it the all-you-can-eat buffet, or did you just one for yourself? He's got to He's got to focus. He is in the zone. Very fun team, chatting to the Land Rover learners from Canford School. See, he could have talked about food. He was totally in the zone. He knows what he's doing. There obviously are other pizza variety establishments that you can go to. I'll neither say, confirm or deny that one they suggested was my least favourite, but I will neither confirm or deny that. So here we go. Here's the rock crawl. A good tactic seems to be just move the rock you don't like out of the way. There we go. Onto the roof. There you go. Angled in, parked. Thank you. You will not receive a ticket. It was in the bay. So there you go. Land Rover learners. Their lanyards have been passed back. They're now going to get a little bit of a wait because the Panthers are still just started section 2. There's Joel manoeuvring round. Patient wait now for the Land Rover learners. We will join the action with the Panthers, who are currently taking on the downhill. That was lined up perfectly from Joel and just hit with speed to go on the downhill. Changing the settings on the controller. So we go, Barney. Stepping forward. I think he chews chewing gum just to keep him calm. Taking on the 3 peaks now. Well, there you go. Great manoeuvre in there. Plenty of time still on the clock. Judges following quickly behind, making sure no cones have been knocked. Joel's back in again now. this is just now heading towards Stuart Bridge. Unfortunately, fallen off there. And stepping up to be assessed, Team Duality. So we're currently watching the Panthers manoeuvre around Section 2, trying to learn as many names as I possibly can, and now I'm following him after he came and chatted to. So Matt from Land Rover Learners, they've just done Section 1. They are waiting to go on to Section 2, so watching effectively opposition, you could say, but another team. And you had just been telling me that someone's watching back where you're from.
Yeah, so our DT teacher, Phil Affick, is watching us currently in his lesson. So if he is watching now, hi, we're doing quite well and that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
We send him a message.
You can send him a message, of course. Why not? Yeah.
I don't think we're as bad as we thought we were. So please be proud of us.
Oh, I'm sure anybody who's watching right now will have that enthusiasm and proudness to how far you've come. But I like that. You've said, hey, look, we thought we were going to be worse. You set the bar quite low for yourselves so that you could achieve.
Expectations low, outcome always high. Great. Always works.
Perfect. And how was the trailer? I didn't ask. How was the trailer parking assessment?
After our servo at the back mucked up a bit, we kind of just used our brute force of the car to kind of get us around the track and just kind of bashed it over the slope, and that kind of worked. But we couldn't really do much about it as our four-wheel steering went badly wrong. So we did our best and got it around.
That's all you can do. All you can do, you got round. I was going to ask, well, before I go and talk to Team Duality, how have you found having this many number of team members? Do you find that it's helped you? Because some teams only have 3 or they have 4.
Oh, yeah, it's been great. I mean, it means each person's got less to do. As team manager, sort of, I mean, I've taken a very laissez-faire approach and given everyone a nice little job to crack on with, and they've done it. So it saved me having to work hard. I think it's a great system, really.
I love it. Honestly, you really have tickled me. Thank you very much chatting to you. I'm going to...
Are we the most fun team to talk to?
That is an interesting question. Asked by Archie, are you the most fun team to talk to? I'll let you know during the ceremony, the finals, and who wins. It could be an award. So Team Duality are on Section 1 now. I'm going to ask one of the team members. No lanyard. They're falling backwards. What's happening with Team Duality today, day 2?
We're redoing our track, doing a lot better than last year. Well, last thing yesterday.
I did it earlier. I was like, so when we talk about next year, and I'm like, what were we talking about this year? Day 1, what were the positives that you took away from it?
Well, we got everything done apart from our track assessment, and it all went quite well. And we were very happy with our team's performance. Brilliant.
And in terms of your role, is there anything you could have improved on for day 2, which is today?
Well, since we only have the track assessment, we switched roles as I didn't do that well on the track. So we switched around, so I won't underperform again.
Underperform in one area, but actually performing is that then knowing what to do as a team and going, all right, how can we fix this problem? And quite nerve-wracking with the presentations yesterday?
Yeah. We won the presentation last year, and we're trying to keep that again, but not sure whether that will happen.
Okay, so it'd be nice to win back-to-back, but maybe another area you've excelled at this year.
We've tried to step it up in more areas, so our pit display last year wasn't to anywhere near as high a standard as our pit display this year. So hopefully that's got us some more points.
Definitely. And in terms of getting around Section 1 and Section 2, have you thought about, you've obviously changed, I'm not going to do this obstacle, you can do this one. So it's just sort of manoeuvring who's doing what section.
Yeah. So we've yesterday we tried out certain things, and then certain people had different ideas of how to get over certain things.